Evening peeps, welcome back to the channel. Tonight we've got more finals for you. So we're with the Next Gen versus MRC versus SIM-FX versus P1. This is the team versus team Gr3 event. So 4 different sim racing groups, all involved fighting this one out. Tonight the finals come live from Spa. It has been quite a favourite track of the drivers over the last couple of weeks since it's been dropped on Gran Turismo. A lot of drivers saying they're not able to sort of get a grip of it. Not saying in this lobby, but a lot of people on the chat groups and stuff, and in the on the pages and just in general, a lot of people struggle around Spa. But if you don't know it, it is a bit difficult. But I've had a few goes around it. It's not that hard to learn. I quite like it. I'm not saying I'm great, but I quite like it. I didn't think I was going to, but yeah, I do. So let's see who we've got in the room tonight. We've got Potter McPot, we've got me, we've got L Game, VQS Dawson, changed his name this week. Was it TNR Dawson? Blur 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 TAR, something like that, Dawson. Dory's in the house. Rouse CM Baba, GT Deli B, Pav 46, MRC Bobby B Rated, Diablo, Burnt Fry, and JRC 87. Burnt Fry, evening mate. So, a quarter of an hour quali, and then we've got an hour's endurance race for you guys tonight. It will be heavy damage, and fuel depletion, and tyre wear, etc. Dawson was TNR Philo. No, I'm not having that. But that is a good point. There is no TNR Philo. So it is double points tonight for all involved. Let me just pull up the standings. I'm not working out points because I don't want to. It hurts my brain. It's hurting my brain just finding these stats for you lot, alright? Okay. So Potter McPot has started the quali. So let's just chuck ourselves on the track. Turn some stuff on for you people. On those. So currently, let me just pull that up as well. Currently it is TNR Philo, currently not in the leading this championship at the minute. He has got 401 points over his clearest rival, his nearest rival, sorry, which is Potter McPot 79. Potter McPot actually picks up a penalty this week. So I believe he has to start from the back of the grid. Terminal Goat, how you doing, my friend? So yeah, I think Potter has to start from the back of the grid on this race. I believe there's another driver with a penalty. It could well be L Game. L Game is currently sitting in 3rd place, Potter in 2nd. Diablo is actually in 4th place in this one. There's Diablo. Mercedes driver. In 5th place is Lewis Marino. I've not seen him in the room. I don't know. I've not seen anything in the chat about whether he's racing or not. He's a fast driver. He's usually in a Nissan. Currently not in the lobby. But he's sitting in 5th. In 6th place we've got NGR Saxo on 249. Saxo's in the room. Someone going off track in the background. So no NGR Saxo in the room at the minute. Pav in 7th place. I've seen Pav, I think. Here he is, just sitting in the pits. So he's one of the only drivers to have chosen the Aston Martin. The majority of cars in this lobby are Mercedes and Nissan. there is our Philo's in the room then. Okay, so we have got TNR Philo, the championship leader. So I'm just coming out of the pits now then. So he's coming in 7th place. Is that right? I'm looking at the right place. 198 points. Louis in 8th place. I don't think he's racing tonight either. I've not seen him. JRC 87. I've seen JRC. He's currently sitting in 3rd place. Sorry, in 9th place in the championship, but 3rd place out on track at the minute. Just getting a bit of a toe off the elbow there. Kemmel there. GT Delby in 10th place. Mercedes driver sitting on 155 points. As I say, it's double points tonight. 11th place has been rated. He's also in the house. Another Mercedes driver. Big Les Kunt in 12th. I don't think he's racing tonight. 13th place, Raul Siem Baba. Next man on track. So another guy not to go down the Nissan or Mercedes route. Picked the Audi instead. Was a bit of a late comer to this series. Joined halfway through. I missed 1 or 2 races as well since then. So unfortunate, but down in 13th here for Raul. In 14th we've got Dory. Again, he joined very similar time to Raul Siem Baba. So these guys not getting the full benefit of the whole series, the whole championship, and just taking part in half the races and even less in some cases. And then sitting at the back of the pack is Polish Magic, and we've not seen him for a few weeks, so he's kind of out of this championship really. So that's your standings as it is. As I say, it is double points. ADG Audu, that sounds a bit like you. Matt Marshall, evening. So then, hot lap starting to come in. JRC on a 2:17.6. He's out on the softs. He's just holding just over a quarter of a tank. As I say, it is finals night tonight. 1 hour endurance round Spa-Francorchamps. Let's go through Eau Rouge, Radion to the Kemmel. GT Delhi B in 2nd place currently. 2:18.1. There's only a 15-minute quali. These are quite long laps. They won't get that many in if they decide to come in, change the tyres, refuel, etc. That's going to start time on track. He's rated, put in a flyer. He's put in a 2:17.1. So currently he's sitting in P1 position. Not actually seen my mate Potting Pot out on track. JRC then pushed down into 2nd place, GT Delhi B 3rd currently, Diablo in 4th with that 2:19.0. MRC Bobby, another Mercedes driver, 2:19.0 for him. Rocking, do you like that sticker on the back of your car, mate? Fry in 6th place. I know times 2:19.2 for Bernd Fry. Also on the chat, so if you see him ghosting out, you know he's going to pop a message up or drive off track. One of the two. Raul Siem Baba currently sitting in 7th place. 2:21 for his time. Hasn't come up as a blues. I'm assuming he's going to be penalised through here. Have yet to do a hot lap. TNR Philo yet to do a hot lap. VQS Dawson has only just come out of the pits. Dory in the pits. Potter's got to start from the back of the grid, so yeah, penalised. I believe L-Game as well. I wonder if Dory's been penalised then as well. That's why he's sat in the pits. I didn't read anything about Dory. Thought it was just the 2 drivers. Possibly wrong. So evening all you people watching. Diablo's put in a stonker. What's he chucked in now? 2:16.7. Give a second quicker. That will be rated quickest. What we need to do is find somebody. Okay, let's go for a little bit of a lap. Oh, we're coming out of the wrong place. That's not cricket. Find me a driver. Here we go. So VQS Dawson then. Let's go for a little bit of a roll round with VQS Dawson. So as he brakes hard into the source. See on the power, that AstroTurf can be naughty stuff. Fires himself down the hill then towards Eau Rouge. The famous corner that all these guys have wanted to try for months and months. Through there, change all that up for you lot. So he's onto the Kemmel now. Hard on the brakes. Down into this Cone chicane. Down into second gear through here then. Hard on the power. Easing it through this right-hander. Pretty wide through there, Dawson. Down a couple of gears through this one. Yeah, he's kept it in second then, alright. So he's down towards Poubon. Again, easy to run it wide there. I've seen a number of drivers doing that in lobbies. Hard on the power then coming out of Poubon down towards Campus. Awkward little big chicane really, this one. Hard on the power now. See, I'm racing softs. Towards Blanchiment. Keep his foot in. Yes, he does. He's on track as well. No penalty awarded. Good driving by VQS Dawson. So into the last chicane then. Pit entrance just there. Hard on the power. Let's see what VQS Dawson puts in for his first hot lap. 2:18.2. That's second place for him. Happened up front. TNR Philo then turned up 2:15.7 for him, exactly a second in front of Diablo's fastest. Still holding that second though. A bit wide through there. B-rated still holding third. GT Nelly B fourth. JRC fifth. PAV 46 in sixth place. Say the only one brave enough to pick the Aston. He's not done bad in it either. He's had a couple of good results. Chris Dawson, we've just been on board with 7th place for him at the minute. MRC Bobby in 8th. He's also another driver that's turned up late to this one, so not many points on the board for MRC Bobby. For all on tyres, you can pick whichever tyre compound you want. I would assume the majority of the guys will be going for the softs. Super softs will be battered around here pretty quick. So Frank currently sitting in 9th then, not managing to better that 2:19 on lap 2. Rousey been pushed down into 10th, 2:16, still not managed to put a clean one in by the look of it. Dory, Potter and Elgame sitting in the pits then, so yeah, I think these three drivers penalised for incidents in last week's race. it up on stream. So I wouldn't like to say what happened. But yeah, penalties given out. Raoul's put in a fly, then he's chucked himself into third place, 2:17.0 for Raoul. Just pit B rated there, 6,000s. What's B rated got? Oh, he's just started that lap. So I'm expecting to see some clean racing tonight, gentlemen. It's the finals. It's a track you all like. You know where the bottlenecks are going to be. You know the damage is on hard, heavy, or whatever. So on your own head be it. Not quite as not quite far back to the pits as, let's say, the Sarth or the Berg, but still these are pretty long laps. And yeah, you'll have a bit of time to make some places back up, over an hour, but it's going to put a dent in you. Bob Bristow, evening. Let me talking and driving, mate. So we are looking at this man here, but he is there you go, there's Bob Bristow. He's parked up talking to us. Quick donut for the camera, thank you Bob, that's what we like to see. And now we're going to get back to the qualifying, Bob. So TNR Philo then, still holding that P1 position. Purple sectors, he's chucking in, Jesus, 7/10ths quicker than he's already been. It's TNR Philo currently on this lap. Alcien Baba just having a bit of a grass cutting moment. You have a good race, Bob. Hard on the brakes then for Philo, let's see what he's got. He's looking ridiculously quick through there, let's see. One of the Nissan drivers, so yeah, 2:14.9 then. So nearly now 2 seconds quicker than Diablo's time. Nearly 2 seconds quicker. Thank you, Philo. Bit of a handbrake for the camera. Let's go and find. Okay, so 15 minutes is up. All drivers parked at the side of the track. Bob JRC and a couple of the others. Potter's just set the grid order and we are into the finals then. So round 12, live from Spa-Francorchamps. Let's see what you boys have got. No rage quitting. So TNR Philo holding that top spot on the grid. Let's see what he could do into the source. Awkward corner. There's going to be a few cars bunching up through there. Let's just hope they all keep it clean. As I say, long way back to the pits from that one corner alone. So the lights are on. The revs are up. They're all giving a quick flash of the lights. They've gone green and they're away. It's a bad start by TNR Philo. Diablo's got away stormingly. Where's that gone? So, jump back up to Diablo. He's had a flyer up to first place off the grid. That's Rousey and Baba being, he's running off track. Pav 42 up into second, 46 up into second place. He's had a good start as well. Rousey and Baba in third place. He rated fourth. Oh, that's a good sight that is running through there. GT Delhi B 5th, MRC Bobby 6th, JRC 7th, TNR Philo 8th. So I'm not sure what happened to his start. I think he just bogged down, didn't get it quite right. Lost all those places just off the line there. Potterman Pot, he's had a good start, up into 9th already. BQS Dawson in 10th. NGR Burnt Fry 11th, Dory Dory 12th, and L Game just on his rear bumper 13th. Then Potterman Pot started from the back of the grid, so he's had a damn good start. So Diablo's still leading him around. He's got PAV 46 for company though. And these Seems to have made a bit of a break. Have taken out the cones from B-rated behind. He's got almost 2 seconds gap over B-rated. He's got a bit of a gap over the guys in front. So Ralph put under pressure from about 3 drivers there. GT Deli B, Bobby and TNR Philo. Oh, GT Deli B's run wide though. He's off the track and out of that fight. Rousey and Baba then in 4th. MRC Bobby 5th. TNR Philo looking to run around the outside of Bob through there. He's got past Bob. He's now looking to get Rousey and Baba as soon as possible. Head down towards Blanchimont. Dawson 7th, then Bert Fry up to 8th place. Hellgame 9th, Potter 10th. Hellgame's had a bit of a stormer through there. He was sitting at the back of the pack a minute ago, 13th. He's got past Potter with Pot. A little bit of damage on JRC 87's car, so I'm not sure what happened there. Dory into 12th. GT Deli B we've just seen spin off track, so sitting at the back of the pack. No damage on his car, just a lot of work to do to catch up with the guys in front. Diablo's still leading us round then. He's managed to fend off Pav 46 so far. Oh, a little bit of contact between Potter and VQS Dawson through there. Rated 3rd, then TNR Philo. He's got up to 4th place after that awful start. CM Baba 5th place, then just been overtaken by TNR Philo. He was looking dangerous though as Philo. Top B-rated got it a bit wrong through there because Philo is on a stormer. How much is closing gap? He's only just got past Raul. Raul's in 5th, Potts up to 6th place already. As I say, big long hour endurance this one. Guys looking to get up to the front and away as soon as possible. Pot then 6th place, great start from him. MRC Bobby 7th place, just been overtaken. JRC still holding that damage, obviously not hit yet. 8th place for him. NGR Burnfry 9th. Hellgame moves up to 10th. A look at NGR Burnfry in front of him. He's got the inside line through there. So he takes that place off Burnfry, but Burnfry's coming back. Hellgame have the inside liners to this next one. Who's got the little bit of contact between those 2 drivers, but nothing malicious. So Hellgame 9th, then Burnfry 10th. Dory 11th place. VQS Dawson's had a mare. He's down into 12th place then. He's holding rear end damage, so he looks like he's been off the track. Gone backwards into a wall somewhere. GT Deli B. So he has closed that gap to the drivers in front, but only through incidents and accidents, I think, really. So 7 seconds the gap he's got to close down on VQS Dawson. VQS Dawson is holding damage. Pav's gone past Diablo. Sorry, I've missed the change to the lead. So Pav taking the lead, but Diablo's still right on him. TNR Philo closing these 2 down. Rapid rate of knots. He's got past B-rated already. CM Baba now being closed down by Potter and Pot as well. So Potter and Pot looking to get maximum points from this round. So just 5 minutes gone. JRC then 7th place, MRC Bobby lost another place down into 8th. Burnfry still holding that 9. Dory's just been overtaken by Dory then as he loses his penalty through there. So Dory holding 9th place at the minute, see if he can keep hold of that. NGR Burnfry 10th, VQS Dawson, as I say, he's still holding. Oh, he's got it wrong again. Ouch. So a lot of damage now for VQS Dawson. He front and rear end damage he's got. Hellgame's been in the pits, picked up fresh tyres. He'll be looking to make moves. So Path 46 then still leading. This is what he's seeing. Mirror full of Diablo. You see TNR, Philo and B-rated in the background. So his concerns at the minute are Diablo, less than half a second back. Just head down towards Blanchimont. Diablo's had a good run. Keeps it flat through here. Both drivers. Philo's been closed down by B-rated in the background. Let me just drop back to that. So B-rated right on TNR Philo's rear bumper now. It's a good drive out of that last chicane though. Potham and Pot's got past Rowell already, so Potham and Pot up into 5th place. Looking to hunt down B-rated and Philo in front of him. Rowell in 6th now then. He's out on the mediums. Potter's out on the soft, so this could be why Rowell's struggling a little bit. It's on a slightly harder compound tyre. Will be slightly slower, but last that little bit longer. MRC decided to hold on to that damage. Holding 8th. Dory still holding that 9th place. MRC Bobby's dropped back to 10th. He's holding damage, so it looks like he's been on track as well. Delhi beat up into 11th from last place. So 6-second gap in front to MRC Bobby. Neither driver pit yet. Bobby holding a bit of damage, so that could just slow it down a little bit. Allow GT Delhi to catch up. So Elgame in 12th, he has pit. VQS Dawson, so he's been in the pits, picked up fresh tyres, cleared that damage as well. Still his penalty, that's why he's ghosting out. So not having the best races so far for VQS Dawson. Pav and Diablo are still at it. Still less than half a second between these two. So it's going to come down to strategy then between these. I've got TNR Philo closing these down. He's made masses of time over B-rated again. So the Nissan favouring this track by the look of it. He's doing a good job with his tyres as well as Philo. B-rated in 4th, then Potter and Potty has closed that gap, so 2.7 seconds to B-rated. Potter and Pot holding the gold livery due to being last season's champion. So that gap will come down again between himself and B-rated. Will start coming into play as they head through these fast corners. Burnfry up into 7th. Starting to come together for Burnfry. GLC 8th, he's coming into pressure from Dory behind. He's got a good toe. Get the move done through here. He's got the inside line, but JLC will have the inside into the next turn. So Dory just have to back out of that one. Still putting the pressure on JLC. Again, just showing his nose. So this is Dory then looking to chase down JRC. Through this one. Just having to back out again, Dory. good run on him out of this turn on the run up towards Blanchimont. We'll see. JRC's had a good run. Dory's got a good toe, he's closing him in. JRC's making him go the long way round. Dory's got some massive pace through there. He's had to give range room to JRC, and that's just made him run wide. That's a shame. He was looking good to take that place, but JRC was side by side with him through there. Fortunately, it's just running wide. But JRC sticks himself in the pits. GT Delhi B also comes in the pits. Potter McPot's in the pits. So Diablo got past Pav while I was watching that little fight. Pav now coming under pressure from TNR. Philo. He's lost that place to Philo. Still in third place for Pav. As I say, double points tonight, so every position needs a lot more for these drivers. But that gap coming down between TNR, Philo and Diablo, it's just over half a second. So as I say, this Nissan seems to really like this track. Far back then, still hanging on to this fourth place. LCM Baba then has decided to stop out on those mediums and go for the long stint. See how that plays out for him later on in this race. Burnfry also not stopped yet in the Nissan. I can say these Nissans just like this track. So sixth place for him. Potter McPot back out of the pits on the racing softs. Don't think he took on a lot of fuel. He's only 3.1 seconds back from Burnfry. Just seeing that right-hander there. So looking to get up front. Dory's battling it out with L-Game now. He's just running himself wide through there. He's going to lose a lot of time to L-Game. GT Delhi B then. He's just been in the pits as well. 10th place for him. MRC Bobby in the pits a couple of laps ago. 11th place for Bob. Haven't B rated it in now. Dawson looks like he's going for the long stint as well. As I say, he did do a good job of saving his tyres. JRC, so he's had his damage repaired out on a fresh set of softs. Let's see what he can do now. QS Dawson, unfortunately, holding more penalty. He was holding masses of damage as well, so he had to pit for that. Lost a lot of time. Currently sitting at the back of the pack. But we've got 45 minutes. There's plenty of time for positions to change. Philo then 12.6 second gap out in front. He and Raul not pit yet, so just jumped the guys in front by a few seconds, as has Burnfry. Potter McPot, the highest of the first pit stoppers. 4th place for him, so he's 17.3 seconds back from his main rival TNR Philo. Closing the gap as well. He's got a good toe off Burnfry through here, so that will help him. He's got that down to under 17 seconds now. It's just extended again. As I say, Philo's not done too bad a job on his tyres. He's starting to see the damage on him now. He's running a little bit low on fuel, so I would expect to see Philo in a couple of laps. He might be coming to the end of this one. So does he throw himself in? He does. Oh, he's hit the wall on the way in. That's going to slow him down a little bit. So this is his closest rival. As I say, he's just coming into this last chicane now. TNR Philo will have to take on a fair old chunk of fuel unless he goes for a little splash and dash, fresh set of tyres, and maybe half a tank or something. So what comes around the source then. So he just come out in front of TNR Philo, just coming out the pits then. Fresh set of racing soft, yeah, half a tank of fuel. So he has played this strategy before, it's worked out well for him. Pot then sitting in second place, chasing down Raul CM Baba, currently holding first. He's on the long stint on the mediums. So we'll see how that plays out. He's losing a bit of time to Potter at the minute. Potter also losing time to Philo behind. Diablo still holding fourth place though, not that far back. And L Games decided also to stop out. Good job on his tyres and fuel as well as L Game. Fifth place for him. He will lose a couple of spots when he comes in the pits. He'll have the fresher tyres to battle those places back with. Then down in 6 at the minute. B rated, giving him a bit of pressure. So it's still quite close to the top 7. A bit of a gap back to GT Delhi B in 8th place. He's had a good comeback. He didn't start at the back of the pack, but through a first lap incident, ran off track. Ended up at the back of the pack, about 12 or 13 seconds back. Currently in 8th place as well, not doing bad. 4.3 seconds back off B rated. Losing a bit more time there on the AstroTurf GT. MRC Bobby also still not pit. Oh no, he had an early pit stop, didn't he? Lap 4. So the two Nissans battling out for 10th and 11th, then JRC and NGR Burnt Fry. So comes out through here. JRC again making Burnt Fry go wide, just like he did Dory Dory. Holding the outside line then into this last chicane. He's gone for the switchback. He's side by side with them coming out the last chicane. And it says he's taken that place currently. He's in front. I don't know if JRC's just got his nose next to him. But Price had to give him room. Now they're going to run almost side by side. It's going to be nearly 3 Nissans wide running down the hill towards Eau Rouge. So L Game just come out of the pits right on the back of this fight. So it is a 3-way Nissan fight at the minute. So in front getting a bit wiggly through there, Burnt Fry and JRC. So again running side by side as they come to Les Coombs. L Game getting him, so 3 wide then, 3 wide as they head into here. L Game winning out through there. That was a good drive by L Game, just saw the gap, took it. Back up into 9th place for L Game. Brave move. Did help that JRC was just dropping a little bit of a penalty off there, I think. And now Burnt Fry and JRC are back at it, side by side. A little bit of door banging. I don't think Burnt Fry knew he was there. So it's a good fight. Front, in the middle then for the Nissans. So Pot then. He's taken P1 off of Raul. TNR Philo's got past him as well. As I say, Raul's on a really different strategy to these boys. So Philo closing down Pot then. We'll stick with this one. So Philo's going down the inside, so he's got the move done on Potter. He's going to have to switch back into the start finish straight down towards the source, but I thought he got him. stay on board with TNR Philo as he looks to chase down Potter McPot. As I say, championship rivals these two, first and second place. TNR Philo currently leading this championship, Potter McPot in second. So the Nissan very sketchy through there, seen a few of those Nissans lose the back end. Fending off TNR Philo through there then. Kept 3/4 of a second gap over him as well. But I can imagine Potter McPot is putting those tyres under some serious pressure to do so. But TNR Philo's, you know, Potter's a fast guy. TNR Philo's going to have to be giving it everything to keep on his tail. Potter does know how to drive this Mercedes. It's his favourite car in the GR3s. Gap come down to 0.4 of a second. Potter just digs wheel on the grass. TNR Philo closing the gap through here then. Some good driving between these two. Getting right on his tail through there. Potter's point of view. TNR Philo ghosting out then. Holding the defensive line into the chicane. TNR Philo closing the gap again into here. Getting a good drive out of there every time. It's just leaving TNR Philo in the dust really. Just close the gap down there. So again gets a good drive out of the source. Extends that gap over TNR Philo in second place. So Diablo up into third then, 6-second gap he's got back to TNR Philo. Pav 46, not far back either, but he's under a bit of pressure from B-rated as they head down the Kemmel. Pav going defensive already, so B-rated's got a good run. He's already in front. So is Pav brave enough to chuck one down the inside? He doesn't do. Unfortunately loses his place to B-rated then, so down to 5th for Pav. So we'll see if B-rated can keep that. Pav won't be impressed. GT Delhi B then up into 6th place. He will be coming in the pits this lap if you look at his fuel gauge. Let's hope he's looking at his fuel gauge. So L-Game into 7th then. We've just seen him get through that fight with L-Game and JRC. No, sorry, not L-Game, JRC and Burnt Fry. I was on L-Game. So Burnt Fry in 8th then. A bit of a race of his own at the minute. Raoul in 9th. He's decided to come in the pits and drop those mediums for another set of mediums. 25 minutes into this race. Dory 10th. No big chunk of penalty. MRC Bobby 11th. He's come out on the mediums. See whether how he gets on with those. JLC in 12th. BQS Dawson still holding 13th, but right on the rear bumper of JRC almost. Closing him down a little bit. JRC just opening it back up through there. Say that Nissan seems to favour this track over the Mercedes. Only just, but it's enough. Potterman Potts chucked himself in the pits then. TNR Philo promoted up to first position. Diablo's second. Potterman Pot come back out in 5th place. Fresh set of softs, 3/4 of a tank. TNR Philo, what's all the positions he in? So he will have to pit this lap. He may well not even get round this lap. He might even be on a fuel saving one now. Let's just keep an eye on his revs and throttle. So he's giving it. Yeah, he's short shifted. He's trying to save fuel a little bit. He's just got his strategy a little bit wrong as TNR Philo. So we'll see if that plays into Potterman Potts' hands. It may play well into Diablo's hands, although he's not actually gaining time on him through here. Yeah, short shifting for TNR Philo still. He's got a long way to go as well with that much fuel. And then to the chicane. He's giving it full beans now. So hard on the brakes. He has actually run out of fuel. He will be on tick over as he comes in the pits. Losing a lot of time then, TNR Philo. So Diablo then just coming through that chicane. He will be promoted up into 1st place. He'll have to come in the pits in a couple of laps himself. Pav's in the pits, B-Rated's in the pits, so those two in a battle for 3rd. Potterman Pot then, as he comes around the chicane, heading down towards the source, let's see whether he gets out in front of Philo. Now game in 3rd. So Philo just leaving the pits now then. Potterman Pot going around the source there, they're almost going to come out side by side. They're going to come out side by side with L-Game. Just making the advantage then, and he's got L-Game as a bit of a buffer between himself and TNR Philo as well. L-Game is 3rd position in this championship, so he's after the point as well. So he waited out the pits in 5th place. Majority of the drivers choosing the soft tyre tonight. I think racing super soft would just be they'd be dead. They'd be dead in 2 laps. So GT Delhi B then. This race starting to come together. 7th place for him. Fresh set of tyres, half a tank of gas. He can start putting the hammer down halfway through this race. NGR burnt right 8th then, just 2.6 seconds off GT Delhi B. His tyres are in a lot worse condition though. We've got Raul Cien Babbitt in 9th. Again, he's got mediums, says Raul. I think he's just losing a little bit too much time per lap. MRC Bobby, 10th place for him. Just under 2 seconds. So a little bit wide through there. He may pick up a penalty for that one. He's got away with it. So VQS Dawson then, he's made a place up. He's got past JRC. JRC just 2 seconds off the back of VQS Dawson, so not out of it yet. He's on the mediums though. I think Dawson's on the softs. Yes, he is. So he might not be able to keep up with the pace of those softs on that Mercedes. So Potterman Pot then 1.7 second lead from L-Game in 2nd place. This could be hurting Philo. He's got a Nissan in front, which is very similar speed. Possibly getting down the Kemmel straight though here. He's got a good line, good toe. He's going to get this position now. So he's just been held up by L Game a little bit. Same car, but on worn out tyres, so just going a little bit slower through the turns. Allowing Potter to eke out that 1.5 second gap he's got at the moment. Just lost the tail end of that. He's kept it on track though. So B-rated L Game and Pav starting to heat up. Getting a bit close. Deli B's not that far back either. He's only 2 seconds back off Pav. Looking to close the gap, get involved. Gap down as well between GT Delhi and Pav. Rail's now going to have burnt fry for company. It's out of the softs as Raul's out of the mediums, so burnt fry will be able to throw it into these corners a lot quicker than Raul. You can see that gap coming down. Bobby's still holding that 10th. Made a bit of time over Dory. VQS Dawson's closed him down though. So let's just stick with this fight. I do want to keep my eye on the battle for first place though. So Potter and Pot then, he's extended that lead a little bit, 1.8 seconds. So we're back up with Burnt Fry chasing down Raul. Was that what I was looking for? No, I was looking for VQS Dawson and Dory. So less than a second between these two. Both Mercedes drivers. VQS Dawson will have a good tow down here. Will he be able to get the position done before he gets to the source? He's stuck himself out, he has done. So he goes down the inside of Dory through the source, then takes that place off for him. Up into 11th for VQS. Dory 12th, JRC then still holding 13th. So Potter and Pot then still leading this race. Just over halfway through. Still holding 1.5 seconds over TNR Philo. Both on very similar strategies at the minute. Potter and Pot came in a lap earlier than TNR Philo. So we've got a little bit less fuel, a little bit more tyre wear. It's just going to allow Philo to run a little bit longer. Maybe make the overcut. We'll see. He's closed the gap on Potter and Pot. That's down to just over a second then. So while we just stick with this fight, I will mention the sponsors of this league. If you look at the cars, there's logos all over it. So just on the side and the back end of Potter's car there, we've got the great big Excite logo of Excite Energy Drinks. There should be somewhere a Thrustmaster logo, GT Amiga logo, and David Appley Engineering logo. Where's that Potter? I don't know what you're doing. So yeah, this series is sponsored by all those guys. I will put links in the description below to all that. I will put links to all the sim racing groups as well. So Next Gen Racing, Mature Racing Club, P1 Racing Community, and SIM-FX as well. A real good bunch of lads. There's quite a bit of crossover between the groups. But yeah, a real good bunch of lads between most of the groups. All of the groups, most of them, all of them. So Philo then side by side with Potter as they head up the Kemmel. Easy move by Philo onto Potter. So we'll see if Philo can make any headway over Potter, extend that gap. last time they ran like this. Oh, TNR Philo's lost the back end of that Nissan. He's kept it on track. It's a lucky drive. Just closed the door on Potter. Potter's had to run it wide, not to smash into the back of him. So it's all back on between, it's not been off between Philo and Potter. Philo just extending that gap a little bit through there. As I say, Potter and Pot's tyres will be slightly more worn than TNR Philo's. Only just. But Potter will have to pit earlier than Philo due to fuel. Just keeping that gap at 3/4 of a second. So Gr3 now up into third, so Diablo chasing him down. He's caught just 3/4 of a second between those two as well. Pav's lost a lot of time to this fight. He's now under a lot of pressure from GT Delhi B. Only a second back. So GT Delhi B's already said he's coming back next season. He's liked this league. He's not managed to race up every race. When he has been on track, he's enjoyed it. So putting Pav under some pressure now. 8 seconds between them. So our game now 8.4 seconds off the back of GT Delhi. Burnt Fry 8th. So yeah, he's got past Rowell then. Decided to go out on the medium strategy. Not quite working out for him at the minute. VQS from Dawson, then he's got past MRC Bobby into 10th place. His tyres are starting to get a bit worn out. MRC Bobby on the mediums in 11th place. Just slowly dropping back as Bob. JRC up to 12th, then Dory in the pits. Fresh set of boots, as much fuel as he needs. So TNR Philo extending his gap a little bit, just over a second between these two. Yeah, just a quick shout out to all the drivers that have turned up week after week for this league. TNR Philo running it wide through there. Yeah, it's been a good league. It was last season as well. So even though he's run himself a bit wide, he's still managed to keep that 1.1 second gap over Potter. Potter's probably got one lap left. And he'll have to come in the pits. He might squeeze 2 out of it, he'll be lucky. He's coming early though. TNR Philo stopped out, so Potter come in the pits. He will lose this place to B-rated Diablo initially, but these two will have to pit later on. So GT Delhi come in the pits then. Third, then Pav promoted to 4th currently. Potter just coming out of the pits then, 5th place for him. So he's now 20 seconds back from, 19.5 seconds. It will be about 20 seconds by the time he hits Eau Rouge. From first place TNR Philo. Philo will have to pit though. Allow Potter to close up. But, Potter's got it all to do now. He's got to put in some hot laps. Getting into the fights with the drivers in front. So we just saw GT Delhi B go in the pits. He's out in 6th place. Just over half a tank of fresh set of racing softs. He'll come out pretty close to Pav and Diablo. He might even be able to jump Pav. Pav comes in. Where's Pav? let's have a look. His tyres are pretty worn. He'll be in at the end of this lap, I would presume. He's got about 18 seconds to GT Delhi. It's quite a long pit window here. TNR Philo then. Still holding quarter of a tank of fuel. He ran it to the limit last time. He was having to fuel save before the last pit stop. His strategy a bit wrong. Battling or something didn't quite work out. He's still holding that top spot at the minute. As I say, that Nissan, the rears, once those rears go, it just loosen that back end up loads. I feel having a bit of a ghost again. Rated come in the pits, so that's Diablo, a bit of breathing room. He's got plenty of fuel to go. Pot then coming down the start finish straight, so need a bit of time over TNR Philo. That's 19.3 seconds. Again, it'll all change when TNR Philo pits. GT Delhi B then up into 4th place. Fresh set of racing softs. Half a tank of fuel. 17 minutes left. Don't think he can make it to the end. Well, he might even get past B rated down here. Don't think he'll get to the end on that fuel. So it looks like B rated might have fueled to the end of this race. Defensive as soon as he comes out of the pits with TT Delhi. It's almost side by side through there. GT Delhi closing him down. So looking to make positions up at the end of this race then, GT. So let's go and check out P1 TNR Philo. The end of this lap, we'll see. Diablo then up into 2nd. Again, he got the pit as well. Potter and Pop closing him down rapidly. The gap between Potter and TNR Philo's come down as well. That's under 17 seconds. So Potter and Pop has put in a couple of good laps then. Philo, so he's stopped out again. He's losing time to Potter. Gap, what's that down to? Still 17 seconds. Still coming down. TNR Philo can make it around a full lap with the fuel he's got. He's giving it full throttle. We'll see though as he gets sort of halfway around this lap. Philo won't have to chuck in that much fuel as it's only 15 minutes to the end of this race. That'll save him a bit of time in the pits. But he may still get overtaken by Potter and Pop, but he will come out of the pits with fresher tyres. Be able to go get back into the fight with Potter. He'll be on the slightly worn softs as he hit 2 laps ago. He's not having to short shift yet, he's still giving it full beans. So he's worked it out perfectly this time by the looks of it. Diablo still still holding that second. Potter McPot closed him down though, so 15.5 seconds between Potter and TNR Philo. Just going to want a good toe off Diablo up this straight here. Little flash of the lights for Potter, just let Diablo know he's there and he's coming. Don't want to get involved in a fight with you, Diablo. It's not you I'm fighting with. So Philo then comes around the last turn, heads into the pits. He's clean into the pits this time. Potter McPot then right on Diablo's rear bumper coming through there. Diablo just chucking himself out of the way for Potter McPot to come through. Diablo has come in the pits then. So Potter McPot currently in first place. Philo not moving yet. So he just leaves his pit box. Potter McPot is already round the source. And that's TNR Philo coming out of the pits. So Potter McPot will gain more time as he heads down towards Eau Rouge. So it's on then. Potter McPot holding P1, 1.3 seconds over TNR Philo in second. He's just come out of the pits on fresh racing softs. Being rated, promoted into third then. He's 16 seconds off of this fight between first and second. GT Delhi B, yeah, it's coming together for him. So fourth place, he's got 3.4 seconds behind 2.46. There's a little bit of pressure from Diablo, who's also just been in the pits, fresh tyres, looking to fight it out at the end of this one. So Pab's tyres, that's 2 laps old. So Diablo will have the advantage through the turns. Game 7th place currently, he's 40.6 seconds off Diablo in 6th. Burnt Fry about 4.5 seconds back from him. So not that much to worry about. Rousey Bever then 9th place, so he's decided to stick some softs on. Dawson looking to 10th, not had the best race as VQS Dawson. A few penalties, a few bits of damage. He's made him come in the pits. Just left him all the way down the back. JRC was in a very similar position. Just say he's just had a couple of off-track moments, and then he goes and has an off-track moment. MRC Bobby also just been losing places slowly throughout this race. 12th place for him at the minute, and we have lost Dory. So we'll come to this fight at the front then. Potter McPot still leading. TNR Philo second. So let's go on board with TNR Philo as he chases down Potter McPot. Rouge then and Radion. Both the drivers keeping it clean through there. Gap come down massively. Philo obviously getting a better run through that complex. Down to half a second then between Potter and TNR Philo. 10 minutes remaining. What we're looking at, 4 laps. Both drivers very similar on fuel. Potter McPot's tyres a lot more worn out than TNR Philo's. As we know, Philo pipped 2 laps later than Potter. So I think TNR Philo's got it sewn up this championship. Don't even know whether they had to race. About points, it's about the actual race win as well. So TNR Philo then right on Potter's rear bumper as they come round here. Purple sector as well for TNR Philo, he's got a good run. Looks like he's easily going to take that place off Potter McPot. still running side by side. Pot's just thrown himself into the slipstream. TNR Philo back up into first place then. As I say, holding that those fresher tyres. Just able to get out those turns, into those turns a bit quicker than Potter. You see Potter just losing the back end of that Mercedes, losing a bit of time to TNR Philo in front. TNR Philo put in the fastest lap of the race there, 2:15.4. So still half a second between these two drivers. 8 minutes left. They're not going to get 4 more laps out of that. I don't know if they're going to get 3 more laps out of that fuel. Both of these drivers may have to come in the pits on the last lap, possibly. Because there'll be no fuel saving going on between these two right now, as they're in full race mode. Still just over half a second between TNR Philo and Potter McPot, extended a little bit through there. Third place, Diablo in fourth. GT Delhi B did have to come in the pits right in the end for a bit of fuel, I think. Pav promoted to fifth then, right on Diablo's rear bumper. But, Diablo has just overtaken him. Diablo's come in the pits a couple of laps ago, so fresher tyres. Pav's not letting it drop. Elgame promoted to sixth then. GT Delhi B coming in the pits. He'll be looking to get that place back off at Elgame anytime soon. Fresher rubber. Elgame's looking a lot more worn out than he is. Just half a second between these two as well. So back up to this fight at the front. Oh, looks like Potter McPot's had a bit of a mare somewhere. He's now 2.5 seconds back. So both these drivers are going to have to come in the pits. That's TNR Philo in, Potter right behind him. So being rated then, where's he going to come out in relation to these two? He's got enough fuel to go to the end. His tyres aren't too bad, they'll be battered by the end of this race. These two guys in front won't have to put a lot of fuel in. I think that was TNR Philo just leaving the pits. Pot now just leaving the pits. So TNR Philo then coming out of the pits way in front of Potter. 4.6 seconds up the road from Potter now. Both drivers fresh set of racing softs. Potter not able to keep that second place from B rated as well, 1.3 seconds that gap. B rated's tyres are pretty damaged. So Diablo fourth then. He's had a good race as Diablo. This guy gets up at the crack of dawn to race with us lot. He is actually Australian, gets up at like 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning to wipe the sleep out of his eyes, chuck some coffee over his face and get on with the race. Pav's not backing off, he's lost a bit more time to Diablo through there, but not doing too bad a job with those battered racing softs. GT Delhi B then now past Elgame. Elgame's been in the pits, fresh set of tyres. So he's a bit too far back to make any moves on GT Delhi, but he's going to fend off Raul Siembaba. 2.6 seconds back to him. NGR burnt right 9th then. Again, just kind of out on his own, 7 seconds in front and 6 seconds behind to VQS Dawson. He's also having a little bit of a race of his own in the minute as VQS. And JRC, all the back runners pretty much can't see the driver on track. Philo then holding a penalty, but he he has extended his lead over Potter, 5.7 seconds. Potter gained more time over B-rated though. So we're looking at 2 more laps then, I think. Depends when TNR Philo gets over the line. He may get 3 laps. Close that gap down a little bit. TNR Philo at the minute though. What's gold livery Mercedes? As I say, he rocked the gold livery as his last season's champion. Rating third, losing a bit more time to Potter. He's got Diablo closing him down. Diablo could take another spot before the end of this race. 4.5 seconds that gap between B-rated and Diablo. Bit of glitching from Diablo there. Still 4.5 seconds. He's made a load of time up over Pav. Say Pav's struggling now, his tyres are absolutely destroyed. He also is going to have to come in the pits if he makes it to the end of this lap. So, yeah, Pav short shifting as well, keeping those revs low. Philo still comfortable in first. He's lost a bit of time through there. Not as comfortable as he first thought. 2.7 seconds that gap. He's coming down as well rapidly. So getting it wrong on the run towards Blanchimont has caused him all sorts of problems. It's one of the fastest sections on the course. It's allowed Potter to close him down. Less than 2 seconds between Potter and Philo. Last lap. Oh, Philo's lost the back end of that Nissan. Let's just allow Potter to get a bit of a sniff at his back end. Time on through there, was TNR Philo. So he's been pretty consistent. He's turned up this season. He's taken a lot of pole positions, a lot of fastest laps, a lot of the wins as well. Fast driver, he actually uses a pad, does TNR Philo, or Philo the Pinot as we call him, or I call him. So that gap just extended back over 2 seconds between Philo and Potter. B-rated still holding third. Diablo's closed that gap down to 3.3 seconds. It's down to 3 seconds. He's within smashing distance. Even I'm rooting for you now, Diablo. Oh! Commentator's curse. Sorry, mate. I'm going to stop looking at you now. Oh, I feel really bad. GT Delhi be 5th then. Again, GT's had a really good race. He was at the back of the pack lap 1. And way back as well. About 12-15 seconds, something like that. After an off-track incident. Way back, he's played his strategy quite well and he's back up into 5th place in this race. So a damn good drive there, GT Delhi. TNR Philo then extending that gap as he heads down towards the chicane for the last time. So the 1 hour timer has ticked over. TNR Philo is going to come across the line victorious, championship leader. Take nothing away from Potter McPot though, he's put the pressure on Philo. Little handbrake from Potter McPot across the line, that's what we want to see. We're going to get off Mr. B-rated. He's had a good race as well, B-rated. 3rd place. Diablo in fourth. So not quite managing to catch up with B Rated as we just saw him running off track. GT Delhi B then. Again, had another really good race. Game comes home in 6th place. He doesn't manage to get past Pav. As I say, Pav's just had to come in the pits for fresh tyres, and well, he didn't have to come in for tyres, but they were battered. He was bad out of fuel. So Pav 7th, Raul CM Baba then comes home 8th place. Nice, great big handbrake from Raul. NGR Dawson then. So he's got that NGR burnt fry. I'm looking at 3 people at once. NGR burnt fry 9th place. VQS Dawson not quite able to close him down. Oh, he's trying to lose his penalty before the line as well. Didn't quite do it. JRC 87 11th and MRC Bobby in 12th. We did lose Dory near the end of that race. But yeah, that was some good racing again from the guys. Oh, I've got to move my legs before they break. Another good result for TNR Philo. As I say, he's won this championship, so congratulations. I had to give him a bit of that, haven't I, really? Congrats to, let's give him, where's he gone? TNR Philo, Potomac Potts, be rated. That was some good racing. So that was the finals, that was round 12, that's done and dusted for another season. It is starting again next year. I don't know what date that is. I don't think anything's been finalised yet. Minis is also off now till the new year. I'm actually still back doing the P1 stuff, so tomorrow night I've still got the P1 Mazdas, I think that's round 7. And then we've got Sunday night, which is also the P1 Mazdas, but that's a Sunday lobby. Sorry, just reading the PlayStation chat, see what's kicking off. It's back January the 6th. What, the minis or the GT3s? I don't know what day January the 6th is. Oh, it was TSF Dawson, of course it was. Reminder you never to have a tune, never to tune a car again. Made the work worse than stock. Oh, that's a shame, mate. Yeah, I see that burn fry. I see it's season 16, but is it season 16 of the minis, or is it season 16 of the GR3s, or is it all? What's the day on January the 6th? If you tell me that, I'll tell you what race it is. Minis. Ah, that's what I wanted. VLX Chewy D, how you doing, mate? TNR Philo, mate. TNR Philo won the race. He won the quali. Got fastest lap, and he's won the championship. Potter McPotts come home 3rd place. L Game in 3rd. The Potter in 2nd, sorry, and in the championship and in the race. L Games come 3rd in the championship. I think he was 6th in the race. B Rated, GT Delhi and Diablo have had good races though. B Rated came in 3rd. Diablo 4th, GT Delhi B 5th. So good racing for those 3. TSF Dawson's not had the best day. He's had damage. He's upset his car by tinkering with it. I don't know. So yeah, that's it. That's the team versus team done for another season. Like I say, back Thursday, back Sunday. MRC new season starts also in the new year. I think that's 3rd of January, I believe. But I'll let you know that as and when I know. I think it's the 3rd. But I have got next gen race of winners at some point when that's decided on, when that happens. I don't know when that will be. It'll be midweek at some point. So that will probably be myself and CJW if he's available. We'll see what happens. Other than that, as I say, just the P1 stuff between now and Christmas. So I hope you like what you're watching. Tell your mates, tell your mum, like, subscribe, all that crap. My name's Darksmoka. I'm out of here.